Hello, students. I am coming to you from the desk of the KATV newsroom. This is where I sit and I read the news to the viewers here in Little Rock, Arkansas. It's a great job. I really love it. Sometimes it's a little hard because the news develops and it changes all the time. Sometimes that makes it really exciting because you never know what's going to happen every single day. But the one thing that you have to remember if you want to do what I do in reading the news is you have to be a good reader. You have to know how to deliver the news in a calm way. You have to be able to speak clearly. And I'll show you how I read a teleprompter. If we can spin it over there. Ready? That is the camera that shoots me reading the news. And you can see the words on the camera right now. You have to know a lot of the lingo. You'll see my name over there on the camera. There it is. She's turning it to you now. It's a fun job, but like I said, being able to be a good reader is key. Let me take you now over to the Weather Center. All right, I'm going to lead you over here now to the Weather Center, where we're going to join meteorologist Todd Yacobian. So Todd's the person who predicts the weather, and you guys live up in Michigan. Weather's very important up there. You see a lot more snow than we see down here, right, Todd?
A lot more snow, but we also see a lot more severe weather here than you do in Michigan.
Yeah, that's true. So Todd, how did you decide to become a meteorologist?
It was when I was 6 years old, and I still don't know exactly what it was, but I think, and my parents kind of trace it back to when lightning struck a tree outside my bedroom, and the electricity, the current went through the tree into the roots, and then the baseboards in my bedroom started smoldering, and the fire department had to come out and put out a little fire in my bedroom from lightning. I think that's what sparked my interest.
Yeah, sparked is the right word for that. So what's the best part of your job as a meteorologist?
Snowy weather, because we don't get that much in Arkansas, and I love to play in the snow and sled in it.
I bet these kids are saying all the snow days that they had this past year and the year before. I think you guys had a lot the year before. What's the hardest part of your job?
The absolute hardest part of my job is covering severe weather and tornadoes, because you have to be on top of the game, you have to be on top of the situation, and you have to be precise with the location of where a tornado is, because it can be a life and death situation.
Is it hard to read the weather map? You basically have to know everything around the state of Arkansas.
Yeah, you have to get used to working around the chroma key wall and pointing to the different towns and the cities, but it takes a lot of practice to do that. And that's what internships are for.
That's right, do an internship. That's what Todd's advice is, right?
Exactly, lots and lots of practice.
All right, thanks, Todd. All right, we are leaving the Weather Center now. I'm going to kind of show you the landscape here. This is the Weather Center where we were just talking to Todd. That's the news desk where I was reading to you from earlier. And if you continue this around, here's the green screen. Now, the green screen is where Todd stands and delivers part of his weather forecast. It's just a green wall, right? But what's kind of funny about it is if you wear green, you disappear into it, because we can project anything on this wall, any picture, and we do our graphics up there. I can explain a little bit more about that to you guys later. Now, this is where our reporters stand. It makes sense, right? We're a television station, so we have tons of screens, tons of televisions around here. Seems like everywhere you look, there's a new TV to stand by and deliver the news. Some of them are really, really cool. I'm going to walk over here and show you this one in just a second. All right, let me show you this really cool screen that we have down here. Of course, this is the United States of America. This is where I live here in Arkansas, and I'm going to show you, of course, that's Michigan, where you guys live. So I'm going to zoom into the state of Michigan. And one of the cool things about this screen is that we can actually draw on it. So with a click of a button, I can draw anything, including a little heart right here over Michigan, because that's where my family lives. Of course, my mom is a teacher over at y'all's school. But it's a fun thing because we get to kind of point things out in different areas of the country, or if we're doing a story and we need to show a specific number, I can write that number on the board. I can even change the color so I can circle it and make people really pay attention to it. It's kind of like a coloring book or an iPad that we use to help us explain things to you guys. All right, we've left the studio now, and this is the newsroom. This is where most of the real work gets done. I'm going to walk over here, and remember how we talked about with me, learning to read is really important, and with Todd, since he has to deal with maps, geography is really important. Well, for Caitlin here, she's one of our producers, so writing is really important. Caitlin, what kind of role does writing play in your job?
Well, I'm writing what the anchors read, so it's important that everything that I write is accurate, so what you guys are reading is right to the viewer.
And it's a lot of writing. Every story that we read, Caitlin's written.
That's true. It's what I do all day. So I work, it takes me 8 hours a day to put together a 30-minute show. But it's like all day. You're getting news in, you have to change stuff. So that's why it takes so long.
Do you like writing? Do you still enjoy it?
I still enjoy it. It's fun. Every day you're writing about different things, so it makes it fun. You're not doing the same thing, so it doesn't get boring. So I do like it.
How important is it to be able to tell a story when you write?
It's very important because a lot of times we know more information than what we can tell in a story, and the viewer doesn't know that. So you want to make sure you can get across to the viewer what's going on so they know by just sitting at home watching what happened.
All right, she does a lot of writing for us. Everything that I read, like we showed you downstairs on the teleprompter, is what she writes. And so it's really important to have a good relationship, too, with your producer because she has to write it in a way that I can read it out loud to everyone over there. All right, we're going to go take questions now from you guys. Hopefully you have a lot of them. And there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that I haven't even touched on yet. So if you have any questions about photographers or editing or anything like that, I can answer those, too.